Why so many young Muslims are not married. This applies to a lot of Muslims. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Real Talk with Dr. Deen. Today I'm talking about the marriage crisis and why so many young Muslims are not married. And you know what? This applies to a lot of Muslims, if not the majority. The high expectations in marriage and the reason why a lot of people are not getting married. I'll start with the guys on this video, and then I'll talk about the girls' issues, the sisters, on the next video. A lot of guys, there's a saying that men marry with their eyes and women marry with their ears, i.e. men marry looking at beauty and they're always looking for beauty. Now, let's be real here. Now, there's different surveys on this, but between 2 to 5% of humanity, or people in the world, are extremely good looking, i.e., you know, drop dead gorgeous, stunning, piff peng, whatever. Really, really beautiful. That's only a tiny minority, i.e. 95% or more of people are average looking, decent looking, and even unattractive. Everyone comes under the rest of that number. So when everybody is trying to find a Scarlett Johansson or a Kim Kardashian, it's not going to happen. So if your expectations of beauty are unrealistic, I know a brother who's not that good looking, to be honest, but he wants a stunning wife, a gorgeous wife. That's just an unrealistic expectation. Yes, it might happen, but let's be real here. It's most likely never going to happen. So are you going to stay sitting around with that expectation? So when it comes to the expectation of beauty, and you set your standards on models that Photoshop their images, or if you're addicted to pornography, you're expecting something in that way, or if you are thinking that your wife needs to be a certain height or certain color, skin tones, and all this, these are all things where someone is seeking perfection. And if you're delaying your marriage because of that reason, then you're just delaying your own path to half your deen, to half of your way of continuing your life in the right way, i.e. through marriage. Now, one of the things that we really have to do here is have a reality check. That beauty is in the eye of the beholder, i.e. beauty is how you see it. You know, I always give this example to the youth. You could marry a beautiful woman, yeah, and she doesn't have good character, you will not see beauty in her anymore. And it could be the other way around. You could find someone who's not as attractive. I'm not saying attraction is not important, but it could be somebody who you are attracted to, but not, you know, it's not a supermodel, but their character is amazing, they're good to you, they speak well, they have good manners, they have good adab, and you marry that person, you could be very happy with that person. And it's all about understanding that beauty is a holistic thing. It's about beauty in features, but also beauty in character, beauty in habits, beauty in how they conduct themselves, how they behave with others. So this is really important when you understand beauty is not just the physical aesthetic things. Another thing that really is causing a problem, I'm just going to be real about it, is a lot of guys are hypersexualized, and they already are either dating or sleeping around or messing around, and they don't feel the need to get married. They just don't feel the need anymore. So why are they going to get married if they're already messing around? So they don't feel that's an issue. So that will be a roadblock in getting married. Another issue can be a mental block. So some people, they're just so busy with their careers, with their lives, or they just are so focused on what, you know, that comfort zone that they're in. I know one family where there's 4 brothers, and none of them are married. They've all got really good jobs, they're decent looking, good looking guys. None of them are married. And if you look around, almost every home you look at, there's an unmarried man and an unmarried woman. This is a crisis, yet we're not really looking at the causes. So please, when it comes to expectations, you cannot get everything that you want. I want a Lamborghini, I want a Ferrari, you know, I want to live in a condo, but I can't. And that's the reality. So we have to be realistic about what we can have and what we can't. I don't actually want a Lamborghini, it's just an example. But if you wanted something and you can't have it, It's fine. And we live in a world where expectations are really high anyway, with social media showing you young people in Lamborghinis, living the life, and you're thinking, well, I need to live my life. Then ask yourself a question. If you want everything in this world, then what have you left for the Akhirah, for Jannah? Because if you want everything here, then you want paradise in this world. You want perfection in this world, not in the next. So how does that work? So you want paradise here and you want it in the afterlife? You know, so we got expectations that are utopian, you know, they're perfection, which doesn't exist, you know, and that's what we really need to think about. The other thing is looking in terms of solutions to this mindset is, can we make a list but be able to compromise on it? So some people, I've seen people with Excel sheets on what they want from a wife, and they create this list of everything that they want, but you have to compromise. You may find someone that is very attractive to you, and that's good, that's perfect, you know. If you're attracted to them, that is beauty, you know. It's not what, you know, you see in a YouTube video, in a music video, or, you know, some modeling magazine or whatever. It's what is attractive to you, and that's what's important. I'm not saying attraction is not important, but if somebody has a weakness, just like me and you, then we can tick that off our box. If you have 10 criteria on your list of who you want to marry or what kind of person you want to marry, and you can tick 7 of them or 5 of them, and you can live without the others, that's fine. But if you really want to get married, you really have to look at that list and think about what are the essentials. So you've got the essentials, you've got the desirables, the nice to haves, and find a balance and do istikhara. So istikhara is great because it's like a golden ticket where Allah is telling you this is right for you, and take that istikhara as your, you know, so istishara is taking advice, and then istikhara is actually asking through prayer to Allah to help you and guide you. So think about this. Would you prefer to wait until the perfect wife comes along, the one that you've been dreaming for all your life, or would you rather wait for that, or which may never happen, and for most people it doesn't happen because it's just unrealistic, expectations are too high, or would you rather get married with somebody who's wonderful, who's great, who matches most of your criteria, but also it's a two-way thing? Because if you're saying you want an amazing, incredible, super duper wife, well, how super duper amazing, incredible are you? So you also need to look at your own qualities, because if you're looking for a woman that's incredible, you also need to be incredible. So it works both ways. So because whoever's looking to marry you also wants that then. So you need to have a realistic expectation of marriage, and this is something that's really, really growing now. A lot of youth are telling me they don't mind arranged marriages now. That's because they're fed up of searching, and too many people demanding too much, too many expectations, and so they're ending up coming back to the traditional way and saying, well, help me with. And Islam, there is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with arranged marriages. It's something that we see in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, where marriages were arranged, not forced. So it is something where recommendations were given, people were asked for proposals, and that's something that is absolutely fine. So if you want to go down that route, go down that route. But think about what you really want, because if you want to stay single all your life, then it's going to happen. But if you want to make that effort and ask Allah for help, you will get married, inshallah, and you will find the right person. The right person, not the perfect person. I'll see you at the next one. Real Talk with Dr. Deen. Subscribe, follow, share, let everybody know. And thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum.